Okay guys, so let's go now to the programming part of our guests page. In my case, when I click on this is the guest page is getting loaded. So the step number one for us will be to program the appearance of entire objects. Then we'll go to the loading user details, and then we'll go to the loading posts, and then we'll go to implementing like function, so and so. Okay. And then we'll program the behavior of all of these buttons. Okay, so first we need to finish with the appearance of the entire guest view controller page, then we'll go to the functionality. Okay, we're now come back to the Xcode, and what we will do is I will start from programming the appearance of these icons. Okay, so for that one, we need to write a separate extension. Okay, so see, if you have watched my another course, which is a full Swift course from dummy to advanced, so you know what is extension. Okay, just to say in a few words, let's say the table view is having the property which is estimated row height, and it has, let's say, row height. So extension is something what we create manually for the certain library. Table view is responding to the library, which is a UI table view. So we'll write the extension for UI button to let it appear right down. Okay, so here, right, it will be a separate class. So this is our class guest VC. So we'll come out of this class and we'll write extension space UI button, then opening the curly bracket. Okay, so we'll write a new function which is a func center vertically, opening close round brackets, then opening curly brackets. So first of all, I would like, let's say, if let's say it is larger than the icon size, it won't show in the full size. Let's say if we'll write here, let's say hello, my name is Bob, so it will show here hello my then dot dot dot. So we want to adjust this. Okay, first of all, this one is will adjust the icon and titles position. Okay, excellent. And at first we will adjust titles width. Okay, so we will write self. Self means current button because self it is referred to the class which is UI button. So self dot contents edge insets will be equals to UI edge insets. Open the round bracket, select the method top, left, bottom, right. Top, we don't want any insets or any effect on the top. Left, we want add 10 more, minus 10 more pixels. Bottom, we want 0. And right, we want minus 10. Okay, so we want to reserve 10 more pixels. Okay, so then we need to add so-called padding. Padding means the gap. Well, let's say this it will keep between the icon and the title. Self padding will be self.frame.height plus 10. Padding means the position of the title will start from here, which is the height of the button, plus 10 pixels reserve gap. Okay, position of title. Vertical position of the title. Okay, so we are going further. Then we'll write let image size equals to self.image_view exclamation mark dot frame dot size. Then we need title size. Title size equals to self.title label dot frame dot size. Very good. Here we'll write exclamation mark as well because we're sure that there is at least some title. Then we'll write total height. Let total height equals to image size dot height plus title size dot height and plus padding. Very good. So then we'll write self dot image edge insets equals to UI edge insets, open the round bracket, select the method with the top, left, and right. Top, we will write minus, and then in the round brackets, total height minus image size dot height. Then left will be 0, bottom will be 0, and the right will be minus title size dot width. Good, then that is done, and then we'll write self.title edge insets equals to UI edge insets, open the round bracket, selecting the method top, left, and bottom right. Top will be 0, left will be minus image size dot width. Bottom will be in the round brackets, it will be a negative value, minus, then in the round bracket, total height minus title size dot height, then comma, right will be 0. Okay, so this will be vertical, or applying vertical, or applying the final position of the title by vertical, or vertically, or vertical position. Here we are applying the final appearance of the icons insets. Okay, here we are, let's say, accessing sizes. Okay, so we've created one more property which we can apply to all of these buttons one by one. Okay, so let's do this. Definitely we would need to have a outlet connections from every button. Okay, so that is our home page. I'll select one by one. We will have to assign to the guests page our newly created class. I'll select the guest view controller. I'll go to class inspector, and here I'll write guest VC. Then I select the icon, which is friend button, and I drag it here, and I will name it friend button. Then I select follow button. I hold Ctrl left mouse click drag under friend button, and this will be follow button. Then we have a message button, hold Ctrl left mouse click drag, message button. And the last one we have more button, hold Ctrl left mouse click drag, more button. Very good. So the comment for this will be buttons, button objects. Okay, excellent. So let's assign our newly created property to all of these buttons. So viewDidLoad will be first loaded function. So I'm going back to the guest VC, and in the viewDidLoad, here I will apply new custom property to the bar buttons, because it is something like a bar buttons, to make title under the icon or image. Okay, so here we'll write friend button dot center vertically. This is the function which we wrote, that is the one. Since our friend button is of type UI button, so it can access center vertically function. Then we do the same for the follow button dot center vertically. Then we're doing the same for the message button dot center vertically. Then we're doing for the more button dot center vertically. Okay, we can now build and run our project to see the appearance. Okay, just let me write a comment for you. This will be number of cells in table view. That one will be main configuration of each cell. Each means reusable. Okay, so I will find something, let's say Joseph Basil. So here we go. So we see that all of our icons appearing in the superb way. Okay, we now need to do alignment. We must work with the auto layout to let it appear centered and in the proportional way. So we're now going to the main storyboard. Okay, so we have cleared all of these buttons from constraints, and we'll make now constraints for these buttons. So hold Control left mouse click drag. Let's make vertical space, then hold Control left leading space. Let's now hold Control and down, drag it down, bottom space. At the same time, we will do equal width and height. Okay, then we're going to do this. Then what we'll do is, then we hold Control, left mouse click drag to the follow button. We keep equal width, and again we're doing the same stuff, but and now it will be equal height. The same we're doing for the next button, equal width and equal height for the message button. The same we're doing for the more button, equal width and equal height. Okay, very good. So select your follow button, hold Control up, um, hold Control plus left mouse click up. Then we're doing left mouse click down. Then we're doing the horizontal spacing between these two buttons. Then from follow to message, we're doing horizontal spacing. Then we're doing the vertical spacing of message, sorry. Vertical spacing. Then we are doing the bottom spacing. Then from the message we are keeping our horizontal spacing to the more button, then hold Control up vertical space for the more button, then we're doing the trailing space to container, then we're doing down bottom space to container. Okay, no issues now. Then we will now select this button, which is add friend, click this one, and we will use aspect ratio. And we can now build and run. Let's now go to the guest view controller. Here we go. Now all the buttons are aligned perfectly well. Okay, so now what we need to do is, if you have noticed, the message button was not shown as we would like it to be shown. Okay, so it got resized. I will undo it because this we made it flexible. Yeah, everything now is fine. Okay, we're now going to the guest view controller, and here are the padding. Let's make it -15, and here is also -15. I'm sorry, not padding, content edge insets. Very good. So now all the buttons are presented in the superb way. So I love it. I love how it looks like. And the last moment, I would like to fix the appearance of the Ava image view. So we have already written the code for this in the home VC. In the view did load, we have called, which is configure Ava image view. Okay, we'll go there. It must be somewhere here. That is the one. So we'll copy this code. Then we'll go to the guest view controller and we'll insert it right after the did load. And we will call this function here in the view did load configure Ava image view. And this is here we are running functions. Yeah, here we just need to finally to create the outlet connections from our profile picture to our coding class. Okay, so select your profile picture, call Assistant Editor, and hold Ctrl left mouse click, drag it here. I'll name it Ava Image View. These are user interface objects. Then we're doing the same for the cover image view. Hold Ctrl left mouse click, drag cover image view. Then we're doing the same for the full name label. Hold Ctrl left mouse click, drag. This will be full name label. And the last one which we have got will be bio label. Okay, so these are the objects, so we can now build and run, and the way the Ava appears will be as it should appear, with a white frame around of it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now it's time for us to load the content of the user's page. Okay, let's go and do this.